And you know, we had to kindly motivate our crew and our guys, and you know, and the kids. I think they finally woke up and realized that this thing could get real ugly in a hurry if we didn't do something about it. And the players responded, and our team played a really good second half.
No question about it. A 28-9 win, and 21 unanswered points. Isn't that right, Coach?
That's
in the
right.
second half,
Yep.
and a great victory for the Trojans, and that pretty much solidified a
Playoff spot. Yeah,
spot.
you know, and we've got to win Friday night to secure our number 3 spot. You know, in the region. And,
does that help you as far as getting the second game at home?
Well, yeah, because we're going to travel, and then but it helps you play a number 2 instead of a number 1.
Yeah, exactly,
you know,
right. No question. This show is brought to you by Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on the bypass in Troy. And all you got to do is pick up a messenger, and you can see all about what Premier does. This is something I like, Coach. You know, you got a fine a pickup truck, and you know, in fact, I envy you. That's a beautiful vehicle you've got. But at Premier, it says, buy my credit, bring it on. But my credit, bring it on. I owe too much, bring it on. I need a newer, more dependable, bring it on. My air conditioning doesn't work, bring it on.
Wow. They want you in a Dodge, don't they?
They want you in a Dodge Chrysler Jeep, and there's a great selection of Dodge Chrysler and Jeeps to choose from. Of course, Jason Gregory comes from a huge family of automobile people, and from the Columbus, Georgia area, and he is new to our community, and we're glad he's here, and we appreciate him very much. Of course, Coach, you go down to Rehoboth, and early in the year they were really you know, supposed to have one of their better teams.
Well, they won 4 of their first 5, I believe,
Yeah.
and you know, and I don't know if it was injuries or what that kind of caught up with them, and you know, they and it might have been just a tale of how their schedule laid out, but you know, Rehoboth's a good football team. I know they were missing some guys the last couple of weeks. I got them back, and I can certainly tell that it helped them. Had a good running back, quarterback that had a really quick release and threw it around well, and you know, their defense ran to the ball, tackled well, and gave us fits. You know, their front slanted a lot, you know, which is tough on an offensive line, or can be, especially one that's as young as ours is right now.
And they were pretty big and strong up front too, weren't they?
They were, yeah. You know, Coach Frankie Clark has done a really good job with that program, and gotten them where they're competing harder. I believe I think they believe they should win these ball games, and they came out and played that way on Thursday night.
Of course, there was a big crowd down there in Rehoboth, and of course, one of those I always call it. You know, did they still play in the old stadium, or did they build a new stadium?
Oh, they've got a beautiful facility.
You know, I remember when did you ever see the old stadium?
Oh yeah.
You know, the old stadium reminded you of old timey high school football. You know, you're right there on top of everything.
That's right.
Of course, you know, it's one of the fastest growing schools in Houston County. In fact, a lot of folks are moving that way.
Yeah, it's a I love their, you know, the football stadium, the field house. You know, their home field house is in one end zone,
yeah,
and their visitor field house is in the other end zone. Beautiful aluminum bleachers, and it's a great high school football stadium, and the school sits right there behind it.
And because of that, Dothan is moving that way. You know, Dothan, of course, fast-growing town, and a lot of folks moving in there. They might be, you never can tell, they might be 6A before you know it.
It wouldn't surprise me. They got a lot of kids, you know, and they dress a lot of kids. You know, I think they've probably they had 70, you know.
And you know, I'm gonna tell you this. That's one of the way I gauge a program. You don't always gauge a program on how many wins and how many losses, but the participants and how many people are in your program. And you know, that would have impressed me if 75 kids run out on the field across the way.
Yeah, and that's something that me and my coaches and administration brag about is the numbers and how they've grown within our program the last 3 seasons, and you know, and they've been up every year. And kids their retention's better. The kids are staying in the program. You know, and a lot of that is because we've got really good coaches that work with these kids, and a great administration and support staff.
No question about it. And of course, we appreciate. You know, to me, it's also a sign of kids having fun. You know, I mean, hey, it's not. I mean, it's hard work, but they're glad to be there, and they want to be a part of something special.
Yeah, this day and time, you know, it's so easy for kids to walk away from football and athletics in general, because there's so many other things to do. You know, and if you can make it an environment where the kids want to be there and they are having fun, like you said, and they like the coaches that they're being coached by, and they like the camaraderie and what you're doing and how you're running the thing, then that says a lot. And I think we've certainly got that at Charles.
Of course, it's something you can talk about forever. You went to your class reunion, and I guarantee you there were a lot of stories about old football games played at Geneva High School. But what I'm saying is, football is something that stays with you the rest of your life.
Yeah, you talk about it, revisit it. It was ironic that we played a Thursday night game, and it was homecoming in Geneva.
I was so glad to hear that.
And we were able to go back and we watched a really good football game against Geneva and Op Friday night. Coach Les Sanders is doing
he has turned that thing around a little bit.
He's doing a great job. They've got some really good players, and they won that ball game, I think 22 to 19.
Yeah. And Les Sanders is from Op, isn't he?
He is. He was. He really he had a great tenure at Laverne High School, right over here. So
yeah, of course, we're are excited about what's happening at Charles Henderson High School. They secured a spot in the playoffs, and of course, a big game coming up this weekend against Headland in the stadium at 7 o'clock kickoff. Let's go to the film. Let's watch this big victory.
One of the most consistent bright spots of our season has been our defense, and Javontrez Allen is one of them. We've got three of the best linebackers in the state of Alabama, in Jamal Smith, Kendarius Robinson, and Javontrez Allen. And this young man, another junior right here, Chance Pollard, he is an aggressive kid when it comes to returning kicks, and we're proud of what he brings to the table. He's a two-way guy.
That's why I fit say he's one of the few two-way players on the team.
Yeah, well, him and Jamal Smith, and here you got Jared Wilson running the football hard, and DQ Tony right there, number one, gets some reps at quarterback every week, and they've been right there. They're playing hard, and we kind of bobbled a snap right there on that play, but Noah finds Kobe Jones on the sideline, and Kobe Kobe's such a good leader on this football team.
Did he take it in, or how far did he go with that?
I think it was a good first down. It was about a 15-yard pickup. Our offensive line has gotten better each week. Kelshawn Campbell, such a hard kid to bring down and tackle.
Oh, man.
6'4", 220 pounds.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, he's been real consistent.
And he's just a junior, isn't he?
He's just a junior, yeah.
In fact, both of your wide receivers are juniors.
Yeah, there's a 9th grade left guard right there pulling and helping seal that block right there for Jared. Ryan Barnes, he's done a really good job.
I want to laugh. He pancaked his own player.
Yeah, he's one of two freshmen that are starting for us up front right now on the offensive line.
Second half kickoff.
Yeah, well, this is the opening kickoff that we returned about 85 yards, and we had two blocking the backs.
Well, were they actual there, Coach?
One of them was. One of them was. Yep. And one of them didn't get called.
And that was a great defensive effort there, blocking that.
Yeah, I tell you, we had a rough night from the officiating crew. I want to say that we might have played too rough and too physical, which is
You're right. You're exactly right.
That's our brand of football.
Exactly.
And, when we tackle, we expect to tackle, and we've been on our kids because we've had some games where we've missed tackles, so we've stressed to those guys about getting them to the ground, and I tell you, it was almost ended up being a negative for us Thursday night, but.
No question about it.
We got to get better in the screen game.
Look at that. You talk about not giving up.
Yeah, that's just good hard running by Jared.
Coach, I've heard some great compliments about him, and one of the greatest compliments I've heard is that Army and Navy both are looking at him as a
Well, they both offered him. Their offers are on the table. We visited with
Coach. Those offers are worth $1 million.
We visited with West Point yesterday. Coach from Army was in Troy and visited with Jared a little bit, and that's exciting for him. That's an amazing opportunity if he chooses to go that route, and he's a really good ball player. This is a great play right here by Noah Lowry, finding Kobe Jones. I hate that he didn't get it in. We did punch it in, but so fortunate to have Kobe back.
That's great running.
Great job by Jared.
He's got quick feet.
And the offensive line to.
Don't you agree that he had that people colleges like quick feet? Don't you think?
He's got some good feet, good hard run. He's running lower this year than he ever has.
Our defense just shut them down. Fitzstubben and
Tobias Dillard. Really coming around. That whole, especially the two interior guys, Tobias and Darius Northcutt and Benny Mahan have been real solid. up front, controlling the line of scrimmage. And
Boy, y'all just stuffed them that second
yeah,
half.
yeah. Martavius Cummings has been very consistent, number 40 right there, anchoring that end.
And another kid I've seen that seems to be on the play a lot is number 8, Coach. And
yeah, Jacob Griffin.
yeah.
Yeah, listen, he plays that defensive end spot.
He's really starting to play
yeah,
well.
him and Cole Coppage kind of switch in and out,
Yeah.
and they share some reps. But you know, there's another play by Javontrez Allen, such a talent.
And Coach, you said what grade is he in?
Javontrez is a junior.
Yes, junior. Look at this running, boy. Once he gets in the open field, people better look out.
Well, we challenged our offensive line at halftime, every one of them, all 5 to 6 of them that have been playing. They didn't play very well in the first half, but they came out and answered in the second. So I was very proud of them and how they stepped it up. You know, and that's where it starts.
Then you took it away that time. 73 was in the game. You don't
Darius
call his name
Northcutt,
up.
he's a
Yeah.
9th grader, Mike.
I know it. He's
And
something.
he plays hard now.
Look at the big number 75
Yeah,
get up.
this was a counter left play that Jamal Smith, you know, he's one of our other two-way guys, and him and Chance Pollard have been solid all year.
Kendall Davis pulled out
Number
and made a big
55,
block.
yeah, he had a nice pancake block right there. And Kendall's the lone senior on that offensive line right now. And
Coach,
Kendall's
I tell you, your defensive front's well coached on
Oh,
both
Lord,
sides.
that whole-
look at that pancake.
Yep.
Whoa! I wish we had instant replay. 55, ladies and gentlemen. Kendall
when
Davis.
I say they
just
woke up,
flattened
they
this
woke
man.
up. Here's a nice play right here.
There he
too.
is again.
There's Big Ryan and
Another
Kendall
pancake,
both.
Coach. He
Yep.
knocked him right on his back.
Yep.
Kendall Davis had back-to-back pancakes.
Yeah.
Man,
Kendall
oh
Davis
man.
had a much better second half. And he can do whatever he wants
Coach,
to do.
if y'all play football like you did this second half, look out for anybody in front of you.
Yeah, he's the most athletic 300-pounder that I've seen in a long time. And there's been
And he's just a junior, isn't that right?
Kendall's a senior.
Oh, Kendall is a senior.
Yeah. You know, D-line running to the ball, and you know, there's a nice interception by Ahmad Daly, and Ahmad's a junior safety right there. That's a very talented kid, and he's got to take care of that football though. Him and his ball security got to get a little bit better, but
Coach,
he's very confident.
You're putting some athletes on the field. I promise you. Yeah. Anybody that sees this film says, "Oh gosh." I mean, Coach, that's great line play. Now, who coaches your offensive line?
Zach Douglas. You know, he was on the. I don't know if you heard of Zach. He was on the track and field team through shot put and discus at Troy. Zach's a young coach, history teacher, and
but don't you like the way he gets those boys, those guys pulling out in front?
Zach's done a great job, and Coach Polk, Taylor Polk, also deep snapper at Troy the past few years.
Him,
Taylor is our other offensive line coach, and he also handles special teams for us in a lot of ways. And but both of them guys have done a great job.
And who on the defensive front?
Well, Marcus Jones, graduate of Charles Henderson.
Been around a while, hasn't he?
Got a volunteer in Kendrick Allen that helps with the front as well, and they've done a really good job with
Boy,
those guys.
I'll tell you, up front, both sides of the ball, you're looking pretty good. Even though you lost a bunch of players on your offensive line, you did lose my buddy a few weeks ago, Zach Jones. Is he going to be able to come back?
If he does, it would be probably the first round game, and we just, you know, right now we don't know.
Yeah, Coach. Of course, this Friday will be. You'll sort of.
Well, I want to mention
be senior.
Be senior. I want to make sure we brought that up. We'll be recognizing our seniors. You know, not only in football but cheerleading and in volleyball and band, and you know, so we're excited to be able to recognize these kids. Most of them have been in the program for 4 years, and my hat's off to them, and they know how much I appreciate them, and some really good kids that have played a lot of football for Charles Henderson, and I just appreciate them a lot. And they're a fun group to be around, and fun group to coach, and you know, they've certainly got some interesting personalities to say the least, and you know, but I'm very proud of them, and
Coach,
I'm very excited about their future.
Of course, some of these, I'm going to go through some of these. The DQ Tony's just a junior, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Kobe Jones is a senior.
Yep, yes, sir.
Kelshawn Campbell
Junior.
is a junior. Chance Pollard.
Junior.
Oh boy, Jordan Diggs Hudson.
Senior.
And I tell you what, he got hurt. Is he bad?
He's back. Yeah, he's back.
He's probably one of the fastest men on your team.
Very fast. Yep.
Jacob Griffin, who's really coming along. What grade?
He's a senior.
Senior, and of course, has played well. He'll be honored. I know it's a lot of players here, Coach, but we just go on through them. Malcolm Hall
He's a sophomore.
And Sean McKinney.
Sean is a sophomore.
And well, I'm putting you on the spot here a little bit.
Yeah,
Walker
now you tested my
Stallworth,
memory. Freshman.
Freshman, and of course he's a young quarterback. That
he is.
Is
Really good talent.
Going to be a good one. Bradley Caldwell,
Sophomore.
Stephon Stringer,
Sophomore.
Cole Coppage,
Junior.
and I tell you, he's a fiery type player.
Yeah, he sure
and
is.
you need a guy like
that
that.
sophomore bunch we got now is a talented group too now.
Brock Henner, who's
He's a junior.
And Noah Lowry, of course. Coach, if he's 3 or 4 inches taller, he'd have a lot of colleges looking at him because he's got a great arm.
He does. He's a savvy football player, really good leader, and been very consistent. But Noah's a senior.
And very accurate throwing the football.
Sure is.
Cameron Bush,
Senior.
of course, and of course Javontrez Allen.
Junior.
He's just a junior. Jared Wilson, of course, the fine senior.
Yep.
And, he is the kind of football player that is big and strong enough to control a game, isn't he?
He sure is.
And he is really an outstanding player. Tyrell Jones.
He's a sophomore.
Elijah Caldwell.
Sophomore.
I hear he can fly.
Yep.
Raheem Daly.
Raheem's another senior.
Jonathan Carter.
Sophomore.
Jamal Smith.
Senior.
DQ Adair.
He's a sophomore.
Rashawn Blair.
Sophomore.
Demarion Carlton.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
I'm getting tickled at how well you know these players.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, though, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Bo Robinson.
He's a senior.
And he's going to play somewhere, don't you think?
Yeah.
Jalen Wallace.
Sophomore.
Caden Bryan.
He's a sophomore.
Joel Tate.
He's a sophomore.
Comes from the Withington
That's
clan.
right. Great family.
Well, they're hard-nosed folks.
Yeah.
Cameron Martin.
Cameron's a junior.
Logan Oswald.
Freshman.
Martavius Cummins.
He's a senior.
And now he's got a lot of ability, too,
Sure
doesn't he?
does. Really good player.
Jackson Giles, a young man.
He's a junior. Keyston Hill is a sophomore.
Yeah,
Jackson's a junior.
And he played a lot as a sophomore,
He
doesn't
sure does.
Barton Hicks.
He's a sophomore.
Zamari Flowers.
Ninth grader.
Brandon London.
Ninth grader.
Trevon Miles.
Trayvon's a freshman.
Okay, Aiden C.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
And Coach, he plays
he's my
my
stepson.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, Coach.
Yeah.
Now he starts.
He starts at right tackle.
He's really an outstanding player.
Yeah.
Will Reeves.
He's a junior.
And he's the kind of guy that can play in position down the line. That means a lot, doesn't it?
He's having to play center right now.
Yeah. And, of course, Lawson Scarborough.
He's a junior.
Excellent special teams player.
Yeah, Lawson's a good linebacker and special teams guy. He can deep snap. He can pretty much do it all.
Ben Myhan.
He's a junior.
Chris Jackson.
Senior that moved into us this year.
Okay, Kendall Davis.
Senior.
Of course, we talked about him. Rob Robertson.
He's a junior.
Tobias Dillard.
He's a senior.
Great career, Coach.
Yep, sure
And
has.
don't you feel like he can play at the next level?
I do.
Zeke Caldwell.
He's a sophomore.
Sam Knott.
Sam's a sophomore.
Xavier Cappy.
He's a ninth grader. He's a really good lineman, too.
Yeah, and he's just a ninth grader,
That's
Coach.
right. Yep.
Boy,
Got a lot of ninth grade
he
linemen.
plays a lot, doesn't he?
He does.
Bailey Nixon.
Another ninth grader.
Dalton Stevens.
Ninth grader.
Jeremy Griffin.
Senior.
Damaris Neal.
Senior.
Ryan Barnes.
Freshman. Yeah, he's starting right now left
Another
guard.
one.
Yeah.
Coach, how many freshmen do you play?
We play right now 2 on offense and 1 on defense.
Boy, he's a good-looking player.
Yep.
Alan Brooks.
Ninth grader.
Now, he's going to be a good-looking lineman, too, isn't he?
We got a lot of ninth grade
Jalen
linemen.
Woods.
Jalen's a ninth grader. He's going to be a really good defensive lineman. We moved him from offensive line to
Okay.
defensive line.
Cooper Hill.
Ninth grader.
Darius Northcutt. And ladies and
He's
gentlemen,
number 73. He's freshman.
and I don't know if there's a young player playing any better in the state of Alabama right now as a ninth grader. What do you
Darius
think?
is a really good lineman.
He runs well, doesn't
Yeah, he sure does.
he? And got a chance to be a great one, doesn't
Yep.
he? Zach Jones, of course, we talked about him earlier. And
He's a junior.
Now, he was another kid, of course, got hurt, and he's another kid that could play a lot of positions up front. And,
Yeah, but he's played tackle and center for the most part.
Grant Baker,
Junior.
Jay Hill,
10th grader.
Corey Porter.
I'm sorry, Jay is a junior, excuse me.
Okay, Corey Porter.
Corey is a junior.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not written anywhere. He just knows all these kids. Javen Hill,
Javen's a sophomore.
Jay Taylor,
Jay's a freshman.
Tory
I made a
Mooneyham.
mistake. Javen Hill's a ninth grader as well.
Okay, Jay Taylor,
Ninth grader.
Tory Mooneyham,
Senior.
Kobe Johnson,
Kobe's a ninth grader.
Jeremiah Cook,
Ninth grader.
and Jaden Scott.
And Jaden's a 10th grader.
So, boy, that's a bunch of kids, Coach, and I commend you.
Did I make an A on that
You
test?
made an A on that test.
I didn't know you were going to ask me every one of my players.
Well, but
I'm glad that I remembered all
But
that.
let me tell you what, I'm glad you did because every one of them need to be recognized. They're paying a
They
price,
do.
Coach.
They do.
These kids pay a price.
And we remind them of that. We know that they could find a multitude of things to do, but they love playing football, and we make it where it's an environment they enjoy being in. And so
Exactly
I'm glad
right. And 21 cheerleaders, the most ever in the history of Charles Cincinnati School. 21 varsity cheerleaders, and I like that, Coach.
Oh, well, yeah, we do.
More
too.
involvement, more parent involvement, very good coaching.
Yeah, Holly Precise, Michelle Armstrong took a spot at the university, which she still helps, but Holly Precise and Adria Hill, which is new to us, these coaches have done a tremendous job. These girls, they practice nearly as much as we do, and a lot of times late at night.
And she was a Chilton County Peach. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Peach Queen of Chilton County. Every time you ride through Clanton or the Thorsby area, that's her hometown.
Okay.
And of course, little Geneva connection there
With Holly?
with and with our great friends
Michael
at
Precise.
Dixieland Dental too.
That's right.
Dr. Michael Precise down there. Of course, that's his daughter-in-law, and of course. Coach, you've got, you can't overlook anybody, and especially in 5A football. Headland coming to town, first of the year, they felt like they had one of their better teams.
Yeah, it's a new coach. I'm not familiar with the new head coach that took over this year. I think he, just like any of us, have probably had some growing pains, and and he's certainly got the program. I think they're going in the right direction. They just took some lumps this year, but that's to be expected when you lose a coach in the middle of the year like they did this past off season, and came in and I don't know how much time he had to put it all together, but those kids play extremely hard. They've got some really good athletes and some big kids.
Yeah. How many seniors will be playing their last regular season game?
You talking about for us?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we've got now the number is 16.
16,
Yep.
and of course, you want at least that many on every level. Is that right?
Yeah, you'd like more than that.
Now, most of those 16s play too, though, don't they? Don't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They've been with us for almost every one of them been with us for 4 years.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, did you get out of this weekend's game without any injuries?
Well, we lost Lawson Scarborough.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, he broke a bone in his tibia on a special teams play, and so we're probably going to miss him for the rest of the year. I think we might we won't get Sam Knox, the 10th grade center, back this week.
I was impressed with him. He snaps with his left hand. The ball gets back there in a hurry, Coach.
Yeah, he does a good job, and we should get him back next week, maybe for Northview.
Yeah. So of course, Headland coming to town, 7 o'clock kickoff, and of course, remember it's senior night. Get there early and recognize all of these outstanding seniors that participate not only in football but in band and cheerleading, and of course some of the other sports, soccer and volleyball and some of those other.
Yeah, the spring sports will be recognized in the spring.
And even ROTC, I think, will be recognized.
Yeah. And but that ceremony is going to start at 6:30, and we'd love our fans and parents to come on out early, get on into the stadium and find your spot and enjoy that senior night recognition before the game.
Okay, last ball game of the year, and of course I grade any coach if the teams get better. I think your teams are getting better every week. I think you're really looking pretty good going into the playoffs as playing about as good as you played all year.
Well,
right?
we've been in every ball game we've played. We've not lost a ball game more than 7 points, and it's ranged from 3 points to 7, and our kids.
These are games you could have won. What I'm saying, every game you could have won.
Yeah, our kids and coaches certainly feel like 2 of them we had chances to win on the last drive, and but you take a lot from these kind of games. You have to learn from the losses you've got, and you got to handle them the right way. And one thing is learning how to handle them and how to go back to work on Monday. And I think our kids have taken that and tried to be as positive as possible. And I think it hopefully has made our team stronger.
Yeah, no question. I tell you what, physically, this looks like, and I credit your summer program, your off-season program. Physically, this is one of the better-looking Charles Cincinnati teams I've seen in a long time.
Well, our weight room program has been strong ever since we've been there, and we demand a lot out of them, starting in January, all the way through the spring and summer, and And our kids, you know, they enjoy lifting weights, and we've got a beautiful facility that we are able to use and lift in, and we make the most of it, all the way down to the middle school kids.
Of course, I want to mention again, Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on the Bypass, being one of the sponsors of tonight's coaches show, the Coach Brad McCoy show. Brought to you again by Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on the Bypass. And Coach, of course, I know, you know, this has a somber feeling. These kids playing in front of the home crowd for the last regular season game. But hey, I hope it motivates them to play some more games in the playoffs.
Well, absolutely. You know, we got to travel the first round, but you know, if we can win that first round game, then we're guaranteed that we will play at home in the second round. And you know, it ain't going to be an easy road to hoe, but we're certainly up for the challenge.
I know you've got one more game left, and it is at home. But no, you've got another game on the road, so you got two more games. One against Northview of Dothan. That's a nice game played in a nice stadium, and should help give you a good idea about what kind of team you got.
Well, you know, it's always a good football game, and we've managed to win the last 2 years, one there, and then of course at home last year, and you know, it's kind of been a game that we've played the last 4 years now. So you know, they're certainly going to be a formidable challenge. You know, really good coaching staff, and Coach Parrish and the new guys he's brought in. It's his first year, and you know, they've got a lot of good football players.
They run the option quite a bit?
They have the whole season, and you know, we probably
talk about that next week.
Yeah, we got plenty of time to talk about it. We got to get through with this one first.
Exactly right, Coach. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much,
Brad
Mike.
McCoy and the Charles Cincinnati School Trojans do battle with the Headland Rams this Friday night from the stadium. 7 o'clock kick. Should be a good one. Go Trojans!
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Sunday nights. This spring, the magic returns.
Get ready for an all-new season of Good Witch.
It's about as wonderful and magical as things get.
The Sunday night original series, Good Witch. Sunday nights on Hallmark Channel.
With Troy Cable serving 9 counties in southeast Alabama, we can help you market your business. I'm Sandy Boutwell and can be reached at 334-672-0957.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Go to commercial. Please go.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Sunday nights. This spring, the magic returns.
Get ready for an all-new season of Good Witch.
It's about as wonderful and magical as things get.
The Sunday night original series, Good Witch. Sunday nights on Hallmark Channel.
With Troy Cable serving 9 counties in southeast Alabama, we can help you market your business. I'm Sandy Boutwell and can be reached at 334-672-0957.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Goshen High School football show, the Coach Bart Snyder Show. Tonight we'll be talking about a big region win against the New Brockton Gamecocks last Friday night in Eagle Stadium. And we got our offense going very well against them.
Yes sir, very proud of our guys, work that they did. I tell you what, it was very impressive.
I believe we scored what, on the first 5 possessions?
Yes sir.
So it was a big win and had a lot of importance in the playoff situation too.
It did. It keeps us in it. Keeps us in the hunt now for number 1 with the Luverne beating Elba the other night. Just you know, and that's a great thing. That's what you worked for all year. Losing that ball game to Elba at the beginning of the year, you know, kind of marks off one of the goals that you want. 1, going undefeated. 2, playing for the region championship. But our guys' hard work and perseverance kept us going, and you know, Luverne getting better and pulling up that upset against Elba Friday night puts us in a possible 3-way tie after this week's games.
Well, the Eagles got it going with 10-11 in the first quarter with our first score. It was a 16-yard pass for Brock Snyder to Ian Hinkle, and Hamlin kicked the extra point, making it 7-0. And then in the second quarter, with 11:26 to go, number 22 Damian Passmore ran it in from 10 yards out. Kicked by Hamlin made it 14-0. And then with 5:35 left in the second quarter, a 24-yard field goal by Dawson Hamlin made it 17-0. Then with 50.6 seconds, they got on the scoreboard with a pass to number 85, Weeks, and that made the score 17-7. Then we came right back with a 60-yard 2-play drive with 23 seconds left in the first half on a 20-yard pass to Zach Alford, and the kick was good by Hamlin, making the score 24-7. And then in the third quarter, with 4:01 left, Damian Passmore again on a 22-yard run, and Hamlin the kick, making it 31-7. And then in the third quarter, with 12.3 seconds, New Brockton got on the scoreboard again, making it 31-14. And then in the fourth quarter, with 3:39 to end up the scoring, J.J. Harris took it in from 5 yards, making the final score 38-14. And I want to mention a pretty play that didn't count was the pass to Brian Galloway, where he was wide open.
He was open, and you know, those things happen. We got to do better offensively, make sure that we get set, and you know, great play, great move on Brian, and as well as Brock and the offense to seeing that and making that read and getting the ball out there. And you know, that's a hard thing to do, is to throw a pass to a wide open receiver in situations like that. And it was a good throw, and hate that one didn't count, but it sure would have been nice to have had it. I tell you, you made mention about it. You know, I think that to me, one of the biggest plays in that ball game is when New Brockton drives down at the end of the first half and scores. They call a timeout, their last timeout, with 50 seconds on 4th down, and made a great throw and a great catch in the back of the end zone there, which you know, just you can't take anything away from them. That gives them a lot of momentum, they think, going into halftime. And our offense responds just unbelievably, coming out, fielding the ball, 60-yard drive on 2 plays, great run by Brock, yeah, and then a great pass and throw as catch by Zach Alford, and a great move that he made, and great blocks on that play. And to me, you could just see it just take everything out of what New Brockton had going, because they were thinking, okay, here we go, we finally established something. But we just when that took place, our guys kept the momentum, and it kind of took stuff out of them. And I'm proud of our guys on that, because we've done that about 3 or 4 times this year with last minute drives, and we've worked on that, and very proud of our guys on the effort that they give and the confidence that they've now developed, that we can either score, we're going to get a field goal out of it if you give us a couple of minutes to go in that at the end of the game or at the end of the half, so that we can get those.
Yeah, normally you think with 23 seconds left and on the other side of the 50-yard line, you're just going to run out the clock and go in at halftime, but not to be. It was a great play.
It was a great series right there.
Keith, you want to do the commercials first?
Yeah, we'll do a few commercials, and then we'll do the stats for the game. Pike County Ford, located on Highway 231 North, new and used cars and trucks. Telephone number is 866-973-1399. Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort, Dr. Steve Barron. For all your pet needs, you need to call them at 770-1838. And they're located on 231 South. C&H Auto Sales, Highway 231 North. Phone number is 808-1100. And for the stats for Friday night's game against the New Brockton Gamecocks, first for the rushing yardage, Damian Passmore was our leading rusher with 12 carries for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brock Snyder had 10 carries for 76 yards. J.J. Harris had 6 carries for 26 yards and a touchdown. Corey Peterson had 1 carry for 26 yards. Zach Alford had 5 carries for 12 yards. Brian Galloway had 1 carry for 3 yards, and DeQuan Foster had 1 carry for 2 yards. We had a total of 36 carries for 311 yards and 3 touchdowns. In the passing department, Brock Snyder attempted 12 passes, completed 8 for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. And in the receiving department, again, we spread the ball around pretty good. Zach Alford had 3 catches for 71 yards and 1 touchdown. Jamarcus Sanford had 1 catch for 49 yards. Ian Hinkle had 2 catches for 28 yards and a TD. Damian Passmore had 1 catch for 3 yards, and Xavier Rogers had 1 catch, and we had a total of 8 catches for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also, you made mention in the scoring, Dawson Hamlin had a 24-yard field goal. Defensively, the Eagles was led by Tayton Phillips. He had 6 tackles, 2 assists. Devin Bell had 4 tackles and 3 assists. J.J. Harris had 4 tackles and 2 assists. Caleb Dawson 4 tackles and 1 assist. And Corey Peterson had 3 tackles and 2 assists. JaQuinton Daniels had 3 tackles and 1 assist. Trey Dix had 3 tackles, and Damian Passmore had 2 tackles and 2 assists. And we might make mention Will Little recovered a fumble.
Okay. Coach, I don't know how many yards or how many carries number 9 Atkinson had, but I thought he was going to run out the end of the stadium after start with.
I tell you what, he did. He had over 200 yards rushing, and that's something that we've got to work on. But I tell you, I don't know that we'll. I hope we don't play a better running back than what he is.
He had 29 carries for 227 yards. And, he was a workhorse that night.
He was real good, and their offensive line is pretty good as well. I want to give them credit too. Just proud of our defense battling through. And the other thing is, as I made mention about it last week, is in preparation for them, they run 23 different formations. Yeah. And, you know, even though the plays can be the same, 23 different formations, is a lot to prepare for, and you have to cover those formations to make sure that you line up right. Twice we had to call a timeout because they had somebody uncovered, and to add to those 23 formations, they went to an I formation, which we've seen, but still not being prepped for it. When you're dealing with high school kids, especially like our kids, sometimes you kind of panic on that. So that took a little of adjusting for our guys to do right there to be able to stop that run with number 9. But our guys responded well, and except for him having those yards, that's about all they had. But that's a lot.
But they had a lot in time of possession too.
Yes, sir.
I know, especially in the first half. I mean, it seemed like they had the ball offensively most of the half, but we prevailed 38-14 in a very big region win for the Goshen Eagles. Steve, if you're ready, we'll go for the highlights.
See on the run through right there, our guys honoring the fans, everybody, Christopher Chambers. A very special moment right there, both schools right there. I thank Coach Jones and the New Brockton for joining us right there, and we get back to play and our guys were ready. A real good throw right here by Brock, great catch. Thought Jamarcus was going to be able to go, but number 21 was in stride right there and made a good tackle on him, but it's a good setup right there. And come right back here, Brock rolls and makes a good throw to Ian, and Ian's a big kid, and anybody wanting to tackle him out there on the corner is a lot to handle. And there's Hamlin again making his kick, which is a huge asset to us. The Rhodes boys cooking has got all the smog out there on the field.
Yeah.
That's I don't know how many 18 or so touchbacks that we've got right there. Good defensive stand right here. We didn't play defense like we want to play. Great play by Damian Passmore right there. Second series right here, Damon with a good bounce outside. Eric makes a little better block. We feel like we get a good game, but may have even got a good score right there. Great effort right there. You saw Dakari Seiler, instead of taking a hit in the back, he holds his hand up and just gets in the way of the tackler. Goes Zach in right here, showing his ability just so hard to move, and a lot of courage on Zach playing out there to be injured. Damien making a great run right here, great block right there by Devin Bell, and also by Zach Alford there to help us get in the end zone there, and the kick is up and good. 14-0, looks nice to have that. Here they come again. They run the ball well, kind of control the clock. Devin did a good job in a lot of this right here. He was getting double teamed sometimes, and you got to stay low and fight, and he did a good job there. Great play right there, and that's when the ball will come loose, and Will Little right there to cover it. Comes Damien again, making a good run, great run right there. Just having to get through all that traffic, or else he'd have made it. We wasn't satisfied with the fact that we didn't score there because we had some mental breakdowns on some penalties, but we were able to get a field goal out of it. Making the score 17-0. And this is a series, I think, where they drive down and just put number 9 there at that Wildcat. I mean, and he's a workhorse now. I'm telling you, he's a load to bring down.
Yeah, Atkinson, he had all of their rushing yardage but 24 yards.
This is a play right here that they score on, and we just had a mental letdown right here. Good throw, good tall kid, but we got to do better than that. And to me, this is what's impressive right here. Make a good, smart move right here. Brock runs, makes a good cut. Gets what yardage he can, but he's got enough sense to know to get out of bounds. He gets out of bounds, and he was way out of bounds and got up through a personal foul right there, late hit. Throw and catch right there, and camera person misses it, but great move by Zach Alford. I'm sorry. Stephanie does that and just picking at her a little bit. She does so great at everything else. I got to pick at her about something. Caleb Dawson right there making a tackle on there, Atkinson. Devin Bell, as well as a whole host of others. Great effort right there by J.J. Harris. I tell you what, when he comes in off that bench, he's a workhorse. Good catch right here by Zach. Great move. He's just so elusive. And here goes J.J. again on run. That guy gets a hold of his foot right there, else he probably is going to score. Here comes Damian. Bounces outside, dives in. Another PAT attempt and good from Hamlin. 31-7 right there. Great play right there. I don't know exactly who it was, but it was good. Guys come in and they have a bad snap, and Corey Peterson's back there to make the play. Here they roll around right here, and just a mental breakdown right there. That shouldn't have happened, and we're gonna fix that. Got that fixed, we hope. Caleb Dawson right here on a real good run. But we had a penalty that backed it up. Driving the ball right here. Corey Peterson running the ball extremely hard. And this was a beautiful play right there, and that's the way it's supposed to work. I hate that was called back for that young man right there, because Brian Galloway works extremely hard at every position we put him in. That's the way of all of our kids, but it would definitely been a little encouraging for him to have scored that touchdown there. J.J. Harris, I tell you, he's a hard runner, hard worker, overcoming a lot this season, and he's a good kid. Proud he's with us. You see him right there. He's a head hunter, and he's a punishing linebacker. Here he goes running the ball around the end, and tell you what, this is one of those plays right here that he just about rolled across the guy and not been down.
That's right.
It was a great call by the official right there, because he does touch the ground with his forearms and stuff, and great effort on him. And I tell you what, very, very pleased with our guys and the effort that they gave this past Friday night, as well as the whole season. I mean, we've been in every ball game, especially even with Elba, and a couple of things go our way, that outcome could be a little different, but it wasn't, and we have that loss. But very proud of our guys and what they're doing so far.
38-14, the Goshen Eagles over the New Brockton Gamecocks, and finishing the region part of the season with only one loss. So, but we're down to 2 more games, and they're important games as well. But Keith, you want to do some more commercials?
Yeah, we'll pay a few bills. Monarchus Mexican Restaurant, located on 231 North. They're open for lunch and dinner daily. Phone number is 808-9424. And the Goshen Farmers Co-op, they're open daily until noon on Saturday. They carry feed, seed, fertilizer, and body plants, tire center for automotive needs, and also the TB&T branch is inside of the co-op. The phone number is 484-3441. And Tire Brokers, located here on Highway 231 North next to the Troy Nissan. Need to see Ashley for all your tire needs, any auto needs or oil change or anything like that. They'll be happy to service your vehicle or whatever. The phone number is 770-2715.
Coach, normally when you finish up your region schedule, you got a pretty good idea how the playoffs are going to go, but that's not the case this year.
No, it's
see if
not.
you can explain that to us. I don't know if I understand it.
It's really back to square one between us, Luverne, and Elba. What I mean by that is our region play is over. We're the only team in our region that are done with region play right now. And Luverne will play Central. They'll play them Friday night, and Elba plays Zion Chapel in region play, and we play, of course, Pike County. And how this all works is the way we understand it is if they win, each of them win their last region game, then we'll be tied in a three-way tie for first place, which means one of us is going to be in third place. And none of us really want to be in third place because you have to travel down to South Alabama. But anyway, it is what it is. Well, anyhow, if we win Friday night, that gives us a little more room, that we earn some more points to be the winner of first place. However, if one Luverne or Elba were to lose one of those games, that takes them down to third, and it'll be a two-way tie for first place, and one of us will be first and second. All three teams win, or if each of those two teams win, then it can go all the way to our last ball game of the season, in which Elba plays Opp, Luverne travels to Flomaton, and we travel to Brantley. So it all handle, each of us hold our own fate. If we win out, then it's going to be a very tough, it goes into so many other different scenarios. But if we win out, how it works is the games that you play, your opponents that you beat that are non-region, you count their wins, and ours would end up being in around 20, where theirs would be, I think Luverne would be close to 19. And so that's how it would work, and we could win the region, but we have to win out.
So it's very important then.
It is very important.
More important now than ever.
It is. It is. It's just not
the season.
It's just not an inter-county game with Pike County. It's a game that carries a lot for us as far as playoffs go.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about Pike County. They come in to Eagle Stadium with a identical record, 7-1, just like we are, and they already have locks on their.
Correct. They're the
region.
number 2 team in their region. A very good ball team, very well coached. Coach Allen and his staff do an outstanding job. They always have. Extremely hard workers, and we really have to be ready. We only have one common opponent, and that is Elba. We lost to Elba 20-14. They beat Elba on, I understand, a last second drive right there, last minutes. They threw the ball into the end zone, and they beat Elba 25-24, something like that. But they won the ball game, and so that's the way it goes. And we got to line up and play against them on Friday night, and they're going to be very good, very well coached, and we just got to be ready.
We need everybody to come on out to Eagle Stadium and cheer the Eagles on, because we really need this victory and the one next week as well. Before we go, let's mention our volleyball team. they were able to win the area.
That is correct. Coach Warwick and her girls doing an outstanding job. They, of course, beat Elba and then turned around and beat Zion Chapel to win the area right there. And congratulations to Coach Warwick and her staff and her girls on a job well done and a season well played. And with that, they will travel to Montgomery tomorrow and have their first game at 10:30 against Lynette. And following the 10:30 ball game, which we expect to win, and we'll play again at 5:30 against Keith or either Choctaw County. I think that's right. Well, anyway, we'll play at 5:30. I'm not exactly sure who we'll play, but we expect our girls to do well and expect them to win.
And if they win, when will the next round be? Will it be on Saturday or?
Friday. Turn right around and play again on Friday the same times.
Okay.
The Thursday games, the way I understood Coach Warwick to say it, is they goes to Birmingham, and Friday's games are where you get seeded to who you play on for Birmingham games.
Okay. Well, we wish them well in Montgomery tomorrow. Keith, we got a few more sponsors.
We got a couple more sponsors here. Preston's located on 231 South. Telephone number is 770-0675, and they're also located in Luverne, and the telephone number is 335-2400. And Pepsi Bottling Company, located in Luverne. They sponsor our Benaiah scoreboard at the football field, and the phone number is 335-6521. So for all your Pepsi products, just contact them there at the Pepsi Bottling Company in Luverne, Alabama.
A little something extra about Pepsi. They just don't furnish it for the football. They're in the gym. They have 2 scoreboards there on the softball field and the baseball field. So Pepsi is a huge supporter of our program, and we greatly appreciate them, as well as Troy Cable and the support that they give us. Great to have such great people to assist on our programs.
Okay, we're just about out of time, so once again we'd like to invite everybody to come out to Eagle Stadium Friday night and cheer the Eagles on against the Pike County Bulldogs. Until next week, we'll see you later. Good night.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Sunday nights. This spring, the magic returns.
Get ready for an all-new season of Good Witch.
It's about as wonderful and magical as things get.
The Sunday night original series, Good Witch. Sunday nights on Hallmark Channel.
With Troy Cable serving 9 counties in southeast Alabama, we can help you market your business. I'm Sandy Boutwell and can be reached at 334-672-0957.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Sunday nights. This spring, the magic returns.
Get ready for an all-new season of Good Witch.
It's about as wonderful and magical as things get.
The Sunday night original series, Good Witch. Sunday nights on Hallmark Channel.
With Troy Cable serving 9 counties in southeast Alabama, we can help you market your business. I'm Sandy Boutwell and can be reached at 334-672-0957.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look, come to Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. With over 100 years of combined experience, our professional staff can handle repairs or paint work on any make or model and offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own the vehicle. If you're in an accident, be sure to call Troy Paint and Body. We offer 24-hour towing, ready to help you out during your time of need. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brenda Street by the post office in Troy. Troy Paint and Body. We meet by accident.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pike Liberal Arts football review with Gene Allen. And of course, we've got a real special guest today, Arlington Hudson, my good friend, and Coach Hudson.
Yes,
good
sir,
to see you.
Good to be here.
The offensive and defensive coordinator at Pike Liberal Arts School, and of course, you're the defensive guy, and you're the offensive guy, and of course you're the head coach and he's the assistant coach.
Yeah, we kind of work for each other back and forth.
Yeah, in fact, tell us the story about how Arlington, how do you pronounce it?
Alton
Hudson. Tell us how he got to Pike Liberal Arts School.
Well, it was, the whole story was, we worked together in Greenville in the mid to late '80s, and then, he left and got a head coaching job. And
now some of the guys y'all coached at Greenville High School, name a few of those. Briggs was one on one.
Well, he was gone. We had Curtis Peterson, and who over there? Michael Walden.
Yeah, Jody Powell.
Of course, and of course Powell played at Auburn, didn't he?
He did.
And of course, some of the great Greenville teams. And you are a native of Greenville. He's a native of Evergreen, right down the road.
Yeah, we played a lot of softball together and did a lot of stuff together. We've been knowing each other for a really long time. But anyway, make a long story short, he got a head coaching job in Mississippi, I guess about 10 years ago now, 9 or 10 years ago, and hired me to come down there with him. And then, after about 4 years, he came back to Coosa Valley, and I came back to Pike Lib.
Yeah.
So.
I apologize for glowing on you tonight. I'm really glowing. I reckon this is my Halloween look, maybe. But this is a yellow sweater that sort of glows a little bit, so bear with us in our show tonight. Of course, Coach, you're coming off a heartbreaking loss to a team from Selma,
from
Morgan Academy, and it's sort of tough to do when you feel like you had a better team.
Yeah, it's probably one of the worst losses that we've had. I know since we've been together. We knew we had a better football team than them, and we just didn't come out ready to play. I mean, it was like we talked, it was kind of a weird day. Friday was almost more. There was more going on at school Friday than it was at homecoming. It seemed like, and mine just weren't where they wasn't supposed to be or whatever. But we just didn't come out and play very well early, and started playing a little bit better, late in the fourth quarter, but every time we got something going on, like a penalty would, had a tying touchdown penalty got called back, and I was talking to Lee Scott's coach today, and he, just from watching the film, he could tell that, it looked like everything that went wrong, could go wrong, went wrong. So, hopefully we get all that out of us.
Of course, the Lee Scott coach is a pretty good friend of yours and former head football coach at Troy University.
Yeah, Robert, I've been knowing him a long time also. He was at Troy when I was going to school at Troy. So
yeah.
Been knowing him for a long time. He does a great job over there.
No question about it. And of course, your players didn't come out ready to play evidently because Morgan came out and scored early. Is that right? And sort of felt like going into the game, I don't think they felt like they had a chance. But
well, it was. We actually scored first, and we scored, missed the extra point, and then we were going to do a pooch kick, which we've been doing all year, and we kind of miskicked it, and they ran it back down. We tackled them about to 30, and 35 somewhere in there, and they ended up scoring on that drive, to go ahead 7-6 at halftime. So I mean, we were down. We weren't playing very well. We still, at halftime, we felt like we had a pretty good chance that, we'd come out and get things turned around. But because we were going to get the ball to start the second half, and threw a pick six, and they go ahead 14-6, and then came back, and we fumbled the ball on the 39 yard line or whatever, and they scored the first play. We screwed the coverage up, and they scored the first play. So got behind 21, but then we came back and did a pretty good job. Did a good job fourth quarter. Came back, like I said, we had a chance to come back and get the win, but we just wasn't able to do it.
And of course, final score 21-14. 21-14, and it was heartbreaker. And of course, you did score late, and they called it back. 49-yard play, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 40-yard run. Got called back. And
who was that? Who made that run?
Reed Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Of course, he's done a great year, and
he did.
All of your running backs seem to be doing very well. And of course, the season's sure not over. You got a big game coming up this week with what I consider maybe your biggest rival is Lee Scott Academy out of Opelika.
Yeah, I think Lee Scott has traditionally been a rival of Pike Lib, and so it's going to be a big game. I mean, like we told the players, they beat us 3 times the last 2 years, so. We need to go in because they beat us twice last year, and we need to go in there this year and right the ship and get back on the winning way so we can get into the playoffs on a winning note.
Coach Hudson, how did you think your team played Friday night?
Well, Mike, you've got to be prepared to know how to win, and sometimes when you win, you have success. You've got to be able to handle success. And I think that's what happened to us Friday night. We didn't handle success very well. We thought going in that we were better than them. I think we were better than them. And so we go into the game thinking that all we got to do is show up and win. And so we got hit in the mouth. And like Coach Allen said, we had every opportunity to win the game, even as bad as we played. Talking about offensively, we've got 2 running backs that both have 900 yards rushing each this year. Quarterback has over 600 yards rushing, which coming into the year we thought we'd probably have to throw the ball more than run the ball, and it's actually turned out to be the other way around. But, we had a good year, but the kids we've got to understand, Coach Saban said it best with his rat poison deal.
That's right.
I mean, you can laugh at that and joke about it, but there's a lot of truth to that because, when you look at it the way we looked at it, we thought we were better than them. Our kids thought they were better than them, but we didn't put forth the effort to prove it. So we've got to go on the field and prove that we're better than people. We can't just go out there and show up and think we're going to win.
Now, Reed Jenright scores on a long run. Is that right, to start the ball game?
Yeah, it's about an 80-yard run.
69. We ran an option.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, he is a lot faster than people realize, isn't he? He can turn it on, can't he?
He's got some good speed.
And, of course, he, along with your 2 running backs, you went into the game with a strong running attack. Did they shut your run down, or did you have to throw, or how did it work?
I think we shut our run down. We did not play very good on the line. We did not block good backs coming out of the backfield. And, we had some plays there, and we just did not take the opportunity to take advantage of what they were giving us. And I think, we go back and play the game over again, I mean, you can't do that. Obviously, Morgan
Yeah.
won. They deserved to win. They played better than we did, but
Play them 10 times, you probably win 8 of them or 9 of them, don't you?
probably 9.5. But, you know, anyway, we just didn't play.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Morgan. They came down here and played us off our feet, and they took some things away from us. But I truly believe that, you know, it's just one of them games where we just had a bad game.
Have you ever analyzed yourself sometimes and say, well, what am I doing that the other team might try to take advantage of?
Well, I mean, I think you always do that. You know,
For
as
sure.
a coach, you're always sitting back and looking and try to find out things. But it's like Coach Hudson said, we knew Morgan was going to play us tough. They always do. You know, they're a gritty bunch of kids.
In fact, last year it was a real close, low-scoring game, wasn't it?
13 to 6, something
Yeah.
like that. But, you know, like I said, we had every opportunity. But, you know, I mean, mentally, we weren't in the game. I know offensively we're running the same stuff we've been running for, you know, basically all year, and you know, we had kids going the wrong way 8 or 9 times.
Of course,
deadlocks and people.
What we're going to do, we're going to show the film in a second, but can you see any positives out of this? Do you think that maybe this might have woken up a sleeping giant? Is that right?
Well, we hope so.
You know, after the Talga game, we went up and played them really hard. We played well. We came up on the short end. And we really thought we'd turn the corner there because it was a very positive. We came out the next couple of weeks and we played well. And, you know, then our kids come up Friday night and they're playing someone that they had watched film on. They'd seen some of the teams that we had already beat them pretty soundly. So we had that false hope that all we were going to do is show up. But, you know, I'm not one of those guys that believes that anything ever comes good out of a loss. I'm sorry. You know, I don't think there are any good losses.
It reminds me a lot of what happened this weekend with Troy. You know, everybody says, well, Georgia Southern is coming in here, hadn't won but one game, and they fired their coach, and everything's going north. You know, everything's just not good. But Troy does not have a very good record against Georgia Southern ever. Right. You know, they are one of the hardest teams on their schedule to beat. And I wouldn't doubt if they didn't play Troy straight up Saturday, even with all the things that have happened to their program. But what I'm saying is, you just don't know what a wounded duck is going to do.
Well, I hope we grow up from it a lot and find out that we got to go out there and, you know, play every play and compete every play and, you know, get ready to.
Of course, this show is brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram on the bypass right here in Troy, a brand new dealership. And you know, Jason, I think his kids are attend Pike Liberal Arts School.
I think so. That's all. I'm glad to get that dealership into Troy.
No question about it. Let's get into the film of last week's game. Of course, played right here at Pike.
You know, we got a little pressure there, and then, you know, their quarterback was, you know, a pretty good player, and you know, like I said, defensively, I thought we played fair. You know, we gave up some yards from 30 to 30, and then played pretty good on the end. And that was, you know, Max Copeland making a good play for us.
All right, is this in right here?
That's Reed Johnson.
Oh,
that's a big run. Like I said, Reed ran the ball really well. You know, he went over about 150. But
is he a senior coach?
He is. We just got to do a better job of, like Coach Hudson said, blocking for each other. We didn't do a very good job of blocking, you know, the backs for each other. And
it looks like your line's coming off the ball pretty good here, Coach.
Well, we had some, you know, we had a few plays where we did okay, but we just, you know, like I said, we had some guys going the wrong way, and we did, you know, a lot of little things wrong.
Did y'all score on that series? So far, it's 0-0 right now. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, Nate Renfro recovered that fumble. You know, gave us a chance to get it down. You know, 3 times in the game.
All right, here he goes. Well,
this Reed Johnson, another play to Reed Johnson. You know, we got to learn how to finish drives. You know, like Coach said, we just, you know, we got the ball inside the 20 3 times and didn't get a point out of it.
Oh man.
So, you know, we got to do a better job of finishing drives. This was a screen pass to Nate.
Right there, if Nate cuts back,
that's right.
Grain, you know, got a huge play. It's just those small things that we did wrong hurt us. Big play by Cody Hollis catching this ball.
Boy, what a throw and catch.
Yeah,
and this is a place where we did not score.
Yeah, I don't think we got anything out of that one. So
we sort of ran a boot pass on 4th down. If Reed had to do it over again, he'd ran it into the end zone. We forced a pass and was incomplete.
And Reed made a good play there, breaking it up. You know, Cameron Coney had another big night for us. He had about 14 tackles in that game.
Is he a junior?
He's a junior. Him and Max Copeland he had 10 or 11, and Jade Sykes had about 10 tackles. They're all juniors. You know, we thought we got some pretty good pressure on them most of the night. We kind of, this is a touchdown play by Reed right here.
And of course, when he turned it up, look at that breakaway speed.
He was gone. That guy had an angle, almost got him, but Reed got it in the end zone.
And did y'all missed the extra point?
Yeah, we missed the extra point, and we got to do a better job. That's Reed coming up from safety right there, making that play. He did a really good job defensively running up and making some plays. This is a big return. Well, I take it back. That's a different one. That's Cody.
I like your misdirection. You've been doing a lot more misdirection lately, Coach, and I like that.
We have, and you know, I've revisited some things I did in the past, and we got a lot of success out of it. And you know, Cody does a real good job on the sweeps. And you know, if we make our fakes in the backfield, it's really hard to find the football. And it's been something that we've really relied on lately, and it's worked for us.
You remember the coach that came from Mississippi, coach over at Greenville, and ran all that misdirection?
Yeah, we coached together.
Hey, listen,
we were together.
You couldn't defend them. I mean, they couldn't find the football.
Coach Willis, right?
Yeah. That's right, and it was a lot of misdirection, and I think that still can have a big effect against the team.
It is. And that's TK. You know, I think Morgan's came in to deny TK anything. They did a really good job.
Misdirection, Coach.
Right, that's Reed made another good run.
Gosh, he got 200 yards, didn't he? How many yards did he have?
He ended up with about right at 170, I think.
And still no score, or we got 6-0, up 6-0.
I think they scored a while ago. I think
it was 7-6.
I think it's 7-6 right here.
And this is still in the first half or second half?
This is second half now.
Our guy does a good job of breaking this down, doesn't he?
They do. He does a good job.
And that's after a score there.
Yeah, I think that's where they scored one up.
Boy, who is this, Coach?
That's Cody Hollis. Cody made a big run.
Cody who?
Hollis.
Boy, he runs well. Yeah.
He does a good job. He plays receiver and plays some running back.
They were pretty big up front, weren't they?
Well, they had a few. We got a match, and that's TK scoring our second touchdown. And they went for 2, and he got the 2-point conversion right here. Yeah, made it 21-14. Right at the end of the third quarter.
And they pretty much shut y'all out the rest of the way?
Well, like I said, we moved the ball fourth quarter. We just had a couple of penalties that stopped and drives, and we had the touchdown that got called back,
Oh, boy. That came close to being a pick six there.
Yeah.
They just try to keep the ball away from you from here on out, don't they?
Yeah, they try. We get it back. I think we had it twice in the fourth quarter.
This is a drive that we should have won the game with.
Really good drive right here. Right now we're coming off the ball and blocking for each other better, and we're getting big chunks.
Oh man, very good block.
Every play. We're really feeling pretty good about this point. We felt like, we'd already talked about it. If we got in their score, we were probably going to go for 2. Go and try to win it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I said, we were moving the ball pretty good at that point.
And that ends that's final score.
They missed a touchdown and got called back, but
21-14, and of course had a touchdown call back late in the ball game. Of course, it's a hard one for the coaches to take, and of course the players to take. And but there is another day, and that's this week against Lee Scott in Opelika. Is that right?
That's correct.
And of course, coached by a former Troy University head football coach and Coach Maddox. And he is is he still pretty much an option type coach, or what does he do?
Well, they actually went. Last year there was that 2 tight end wishbone. They just pound you, and then the quarterback keep it every now and then. And they started the year doing that this year, but they wasn't very good at it. I mean, but so he went to the spread, and so now they pretty much just spreading it out and doing basically some wing T type blocking and counter trays and pulling guards and running quarterback's a pretty good player. Got a couple of really good receivers, and of course Robert's always done a tremendous job defensively. And so we know they're going to be tough defensively, so we're going to have to come out and be sound on offense.
Yeah, they don't score a lot, but they try to control the football, don't they?
Yeah, they do a really good job defensively. And like I said, that's another team, kind of like Monroe, that's not going to quit. They got behind at Glenwood 35-7 in the fourth quarter,
and came back.
Came back and beat them 36-35
in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, never kicked an onside kick.
Isn't that amazing? That is really something.
I mean, they're going to come back. Yeah. The other night, they got behind. I think it was 21-0 at Tuscaloosa, and they ended up getting beat 24-10. But they're going to play to the end.
Are they in the playoffs?
Yeah, they are. They were playing Tuscaloosa the other night, last Thursday night, for the winner was going to be the #1 seed. But when they lost, kind of like us, it got to a tiebreaker, and they ended up fourth. So they get the draw and get to go down and play at Monroe.
Well, what is your plan, Coach? I reckon you can't tell them exactly what you're going to do, but. What would you like to be able to do Friday night?
Well, we want to control the football and control the tempo of the game, and if we do that, then we'll be fine. All we've got to do is come out and play football. We've got to be hard-nosed. We've got to use our misdirection. We've got to run our power plays and, throw the ball when we need to. But we've got to just focus on what we're supposed to do. Yeah. If we do that, we'll be fine.
You've got two main backs, but then you've got a lot of depth in the running back position. How do you come up with who you're going to run? Of course, you got two outstanding running backs. How do you work? How does that work?
We were looking at some this afternoon. I didn't really realize it, but TK has 907 yards rushing, and Reed Johnson has 905 yards rushing, and there's only 4 carries difference in the number that they had.
Isn't that amazing?
And I didn't even realize that. Yeah. So, obviously we look at the defense and what they're giving us, and to be honest, Reed Johnson's a left-hander. We run him a lot left, and TK the right-hander. We run him a lot right, and it's no mystery to what we're going to do. We're going to come off the football and try to. Control the line of scrimmage, and if we do that, we'll be successful.
And I like this misdirection, and I don't know if a lot of teams can. A linebacker is trying to read different people. A lot of times they're trying to read the running back in front of them, or the guard, or the right in front of them. But when you start doing all that misdirection, he has a problem finding the football sometimes.
Well, you have 4 different guys that can carry the ball.
Right.
I mean, including the quarterback and the fullback, and we have incorporated the fullback trap a little more with Max Copeland. He's done a good job of running the fullback trap for us. Probably hadn't used him enough, but, and then we got Nate Renfro and Cody Hollis that we can run out of the backfield also, and we've done a little bit of that, and so I'm looking forward to Friday night.
Of course, the Genwright twins, of course, one's quarterback, one's wide receiver. Didn't hear much from him in that ball game. Did y'all just didn't throw it?
We did throw it a little bit, but we didn't have a lot of success. We were only 2 for 12 Friday night, and we had some opportunities there, but we just didn't take advantage of them.
Of course, if they don't stop you, why throw it?
Coach Bryant used to say, if you throw the ball 3 things can happen.
That's right.
So, I'm going to live by that philosophy and go with it. But again, if we come out and play the way we're capable of playing, then we should be fine.
Of course, the game will be played at least got a huge rivalry. I mean, now, let's go back to Morgan. Morgan was probably from the get-go in the Alabama Independent Schools was probably the most prolific team out there. I mean, success over and over and over. And so there's a lot of tradition there. These kids grow up with that idea that they're going to be good because they've got a big, strong school and they represent Selma, Alabama, and so there's still a lot of pride in that program. And did they miss the playoffs? Are they in the playoffs?
They're in there. They're actually the 3 seed now, and Fort Dale went to the 2 seed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so they're a 2A school then.
No, they're 3.
No, 3A. Okay.
They're 3A. They're in ours. They're just in our region. Monroe was the 1 seed. Fort Dale ended up being the 2 seed. Morgan the 3 seed, and we're the 4 seed. So.
And y'all got to go all the way to Tuscaloosa in the playoffs. But first of all, a big ride to Opelika, Alabama, to play one of the strong, probably the largest independent school out there, isn't it?
It is the largest.
They're, like I was talking to Coach Maddox today because we had a meeting today, and there's a lot of kids up around there. They would like to get in, but their school's full. I mean, they got a waiting list to get in.
And I hear their facilities are as good as anybody's at any level.
They're great. They just built a new building, building a classroom. They built a new track a couple of years ago. they got great facilities.
Exactly right. And of course, you know, Maddox hadn't always won. But he's had a solid program. You know, we were talking earlier. You know, judging a team, what kind of quality a team has, doesn't always mean wins and losses. It's really your program. How many players are you're developing? And right now, you've got good numbers, don't you?
Well, we're dressing 31. He's dressing 31 too.
Yeah.
So you know, which we would like to have more numbers. You know, we got several kids in the school that can play and help us out that we wish we had out there. But you know, we're gonna play what we got, and you know, we're pleased with the ones we got. I know at the beginning of the year, you know, we talked about it before that, you know, a lot of people didn't think we were going to be, very good at all. So, you know, I think our kids have came out and played well, and they know they got a chance to play, and there's nobody left in 3A that, you know, if we play well, that we can't beat.
Yeah, and that includes Autauga, doesn't it?
Well, they're 2A now.
Yeah,
so.
oh yeah, that's right, 2A. Yeah,
but
that's right.
But like we told them at the same point, if we don't go out and play well, there's nobody that can beat us. You know, so we got to be ready to play every week. So,
Coach Hudson, you've coached a lot of players in your long career. You've got some skilled players on this Pike team, don't you?
We really do, and I'm proud of them. We worked hard in the off-season program, and it shows on the football field. Early part, we've been running them real hard. Coach Allen, Coach Rowland, they get them out every day and run them. I mean, we run every day after practice really hard. The weight program and running program this summer was really good, and it shows. I mean, we really only play like 14 kids in a ball game that really get a lot of playing time. And when you're doing that as like Ironman football, you got to be able to play because everyone plays both ways pretty much.
Yeah, we were talking about this other day. Pike's real aggressive. Y'all are real aggressive on defense. Does that sometimes penalize you as far as some way officials call the game sometimes because y'all are gang tackling? Gang tackling. You play the game rough. You know what I mean?
I've seen a couple opportunities where I think they threw a flag on our big boy just because he was big, to be honest with you.
Exactly, yeah.
His plays that he made, I didn't see anything wrong with it. And, like Friday night on the play they called, the official, I think, had a bad angle because their kid came up and hit their own player from behind on the touchdown play, and he rolled him up, and then they called a flag on Cody. So.
And every good coach, defense coach, says gang tackle, tackle.
Yeah, you try to run, you try to get every. We work on getting everybody to the ball.
And run until that whistle blows.
Sometimes we get a little bit too over the top, and they cut back and do some things, and we give us some plays. But I'm pretty pleased with the way that they, for the most part, the way we've been getting there and doing.
How's your injury situation?
We've got a few that are a little banged up, but I mean, you're 11 games into the season now, so nobody that's really going to be out. We got some this week that we may sit out a little bit and not play a lot because we got to make sure we got them ready next week.
Don't you feel like this is a great test? So that if you can go to Lee Scott and win, you can go to Tuscaloosa and win.
Oh yeah, no
is
doubt.
That right?
No doubt.
I think there's a good parallel there, and I think, really and truly, Mike, I think we played probably better on the road this year than we played at home. So I think our kids are up to the challenge. If we'll go out there and challenge ourselves.
So this loss might be something that might ignite your team, don't you think?
Well, I hope so. It better be.
We need to get ignited, that's for sure. But again, I don't care about a loss. I never got nothing good out of a loss. But
we don't like losing.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying though,
I know
they should be motivated for.
We shouldn't be overlooking anybody. That's for sure.
Hopefully, they'll learn that they don't want to lose anymore.
Quickly, what is your plan? You'll leave here. We eat on the road or what?
Yeah, we'll leave here about 2:15. We're gonna stop in Montgomery and eat, and then we'll go on up and try to get up there about 5. Get on the field. We'll have to get off the field a little bit early because they have senior night and take care of a lot of that business, and hopefully we'll come out and play the way we're capable of playing.
Of course, the last regular season game for these Pike seniors, but hey, you've got a new season that starts next week.
Exactly right. A whole new season.
Hope that you enjoyed our show, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on the bypass in Troy. Go Patriots!
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look, come to Troy Payton Body, where we do it right the first time. With over 100 years of combined experience, our professional staff can handle repairs or paintwork on any make or model and offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own the vehicle. If you're in an accident, be sure to call Troy Payton Body. We offer 24-hour towing, ready to help you out during your time of need. So come see us at Troy Payton Body, located on South Brenda Street by the post office in Troy. Troy Payton Body. We meet by accident.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Sunday nights. This spring, the magic returns.
Get ready for an all-new season of Good Witch.
It's about as wonderful and magical as things get.
The Sunday night original series, Good Witch. Sunday nights on Hallmark Channel.
With Troy Cable serving 9 counties in southeast Alabama, we can help you market your business. I'm Sandy Boutwell and can be reached at 334-672-0957.
When Tucker and I started the Park Band in 2008, we knew we needed a strong financial institution that we could rely on regardless of where we were.
So whether we are in the hills of North Carolina, on the beaches of Florida, or at universities all over the South, we need access to our bank.
With the TB&T mobile app, we can do our banking from anywhere and at any time, even on the stage. Mobile banking from TB&T.
Just another reason why Troy Bank & Trust really is the only bank we'll ever need.
Noble Manor features the finest in senior living, offering 3 levels of care. Noble Independence, offering community living with the privacy of your own room. Noble Assistance, offering assistance with medications and the activities of daily living. And Noble Memory, where our staff is specially trained for dementia care. From a dynamic activity schedule to our hospitable staff, our goal is to promote an active and carefree lifestyle for our residents. We welcome the opportunity to show you how Noble Manor can enrich your retirement lifestyle.
In business since 1974, Road Mart is your one-stop tire center for Toyo tires. Pavement is optional with Toyo's AT2, a versatile all-terrain tire. They offer an aggressive tread design and a quiet ride. The all-season HT tire balances optimal comfort, quiet performance, and sure handling in city and open road driving. Toyo's MT tire is known for its long wear, low noise, and higher load capacity. Road Mart can also take care of your oil changes, brake service, tune-ups, and more. Road Mart.
Quarters in 2 games, not 2 in each game. Add them up and it was 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ed Rigby Show, a review of Elba High School football, and brought to you by Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on the bypass right here in Troy. Coach Rigby, a tough loss, 20-4.
Yeah, exactly.
Coach out of every school in the United States of America. I would almost bet that there were no 4-0 games out there.
Well, if it had been 4-0, we'd have won it. So there wasn't one. There wasn't one.
How in the world do you start a game 4-0?
Basically, in their first couple snaps, we got safeties, and the defense. In the loss, defense played really well. We had 3 breakdowns. They broke 3 plays. I think they had 135 yards of offense, and about 75 of it came off of 1 play. And all 3 of those plays had one thing in common. Defensively, 2 of them we were getting lined up. We weren't even lined up yet, which is on us. And the other one we were lined up wrong also. And they happened to dial up the right number all 3 times. And, offensively, we got to the 1, fumbled the ball, got to the 3, didn't score, got to, I think, the 8 and like the 11. We get down and
just we didn't score.
Oh, yeah, we moved the football. And we didn't score, which is very unlike us. Kids played hard. It wasn't anything like that. We could not get in sync. It seems we could not get in sync all night long. As soon as we would get something going, we get down to the 3, we jump off sides. There's many things like that that happen continually. And you know, one thing, it's the thing that you know. I told our kids this after the game. You know, at 5:15 in the morning, Shanna's getting ready to go to practice Friday morning because they practice like at 6 on Fridays.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting up on the bed, and I said, you know, this game actually scares me. And the reason being was that we had not, for 2 straight weeks, we had not played anybody. And
things were too easy, wasn't they?
well, it doesn't, you know, we have a thing that's on the bottom of all of our practice plans. Iron sharpens iron. And when you go out and you're not challenged, you know, the week before, it is 60-0, 2 minutes into the second quarter. So our starters are pulled. And that wasn't a challenge because the other team was bad. You know, the week before that, you know, it's 48-0 in the middle of the second quarter. Our starters are done.
Yeah.
And I make them dress in. You know, I mean, because the only thing that you can.
You mean that you make them go ahead and dress at halftime?
Yeah, we take our shoulder pads and they have to put their jerseys on. And because the thing is, there's nothing to gain except getting hurt. And I'm not going to run the score up on anybody.
Sure.
And
if you can help it.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you can't help it. But the thing is it hurts you because you're not challenged. Mm-hmm. You didn't get to block and find out what issues you have. You didn't get to tackle and run to the ball and get lined up and those type things. And that hurt. And obviously, you know, we've dealt with it before. But another thing is, you know, we'd won big the last couple of years against them. And, you know, our kids may have been looking ahead a little bit. You know, that may have been an issue. But we had 2 great weeks of practice, you know, coming into it. But we had not played 2 teams on Friday. And that really came back to haunt us, I think, a little bit. And it bothered me because they had been playing hard and being challenged each week. And but they wanted it. They had a great, you know, defensive plan going into it. They bear crawl, got down in 2 4s and a 0, and they bear crawled to pile us up. And we ran by their bear crawlers, and we call them froggers. We ran by them a lot, and they pop up and make a tackle. You know, because they're laying on the ground. They dive out.
What they're doing, they're playing a goal line technique?
Yeah, but they just dive out on their belly and lay on the ground. Right, so we pass them up, and they pop up and make tackles. The other thing, and we've seen it before, you know, but
Coach, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. When you run the style of offense, it's called froggers. They're frogging. You know, they leap out on
what they're doing, they're trying to shut down all the lanes,
all the inside stuff, and force you wide. Well, they coming into the game, we knew that they were going to try to cut us off the edges. And in high school football, it's illegal to hit people below the waist unless you're in the free blocking zone, and that's over as soon as the ball leaves it. So anytime you're in shotgun and the ball's snapped, there is no free blocking zone anymore. So you can't hit any human below the waist. And defensively, in high school football, because I've been through this, because we've had flags thrown on us for doing it, the only person on defense or on offense that a defender can hit below the waist is a ball carrier. So coming into the game, I knew they were going to cut us off the edge. I'd seen them doing it on film, and I told the rest before the game, and then the game gets started, and they're doing it, and I'm burning timeouts, explaining, watch number 12, we're going to run power right here, and he's going to cut us. They'll fly in there and hit us in the shins, knock our feet out underneath, and we never got a call all night.
So what you're doing, they're knocking down your blocking.
Yeah, because what it is they're crabbing inside your box, so when you try to get out, they run full tilt and just cut you off the edge.
That's when you shoot too, though.
Yeah, correct. And they cut you off the edge. Well, at that point, all your blockers are on the ground. You can see where the ball's at, and your lead guys can't get because they make piles.
Now, how many yards did y'all?
I think it was like 265 or 270.
So you still got close to 300 yards.
Yeah, well, I mean, we still moved the ball,
and gave the ball away how many times inside the 20?
And four times we gave the ball away in the game. And the bottom line is in all football at every level. I think in the NFL, it's something like 70-something% of the teams who had the fewest turnovers win the ball game in the NFL. And that's at every level. And you know, I said it was the last thing I said before I left here last week. 0 turnovers, Elba wins.
That's right.
I say that every week. And they had 0, we had 4. They won. And
he is a very good offensive coach, but to hold him to 130-something yards in total offense.
Well, again, so I think 72 or 73 came on one play. And but I mean, we made a punt. We stuffed them a
good
lot.
crowd. It was a big crowd.
Yeah, it was a really good crowd. It was their senior night.
Let's go to the film.
I don't even know if there is, Alex. I never looked to see if there is or not. There is.
Exactly.
And I don't know what kind of highlights will be on it because, again, we didn't have many. You know, it was just grinding, and I mean, again, the kids played hard. You know, there's no question about that.
You know, back in the days of the great coach, you know, at Luverne, he loved to play the gap, 6-man line. A lot of times you see him in eight-man front sometimes.
And we do that. And one thing about it, you know, it's like after the game, I told our kids, look, I'm not going to beat you up over the loss because, you know, our community will do that for us. You know, they caught heck Saturday and at church and wherever they were. And the true test is how they come out. And the most interesting thing of this is the best practice we've had at Elba High School this year was today. There was more leather laid and more licks passed than at any practice all year. So that is a statement of our kids.
So it's Wednesday and y'all in pads.
Oh yeah. They got after it. I mean, they got after it. And
Coach, here's the start of the game.
Yeah. This is, I think, their first time right here.
That's
Great
the
job.
first safety.
Kendra Jordan, our nose guard, knifing in there. And a lot of the night was just grinding like this. You know, just grinding. Nothing spectacular. Our kids did a good job. That's Richmond Singletary right there on solo tackle, defeating the block. I mean, there was a lot of great individual efforts right here. This is Johnny Callaway. He's going to get a strip right there, and the ball's going to go in the end zone. It's another safety. I mean, like I say, we had a great.
So you lead 4-0, Coach. I doubt if there was any team in the nation that were led 4-0 in a game.
It was pretty weird, and but like I say, I mean, our kids played hard. You know, we just didn't. You know, the plays that mattered, they made them, and you know, we didn't. And
they are a well-coached team, though, aren't they?
Oh, very well coached. Defensively, that was the big thing. They had a great defensive plan, and we're never afraid to give up a few points. You know, because we know we're going to score a lot, and we just didn't do it the other night. I mean, it's just a lot of hard running.
Good running right there.
Yeah, a lot of hard running, just a lot of hard-nosed stuff.
Did they try to? What do they do about you pulling guard?
Well, again, they cut us on the inside. You know, crabbed, and they cut us off the edges. That's the biggest, most important thing.
That's good running right there, Coach.
Yeah, Richmond Singletary with some good lead blocking out there in front of him.
And he was just fixing to cut across the field. And that's a wide open, Coach, and you're inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, we're down at 3 and we fumble the ball next play.
Oh, boy.
And have a turnover. And again, you know, like I say, we tackle them for you know, on the line of scrimmage and losses all night long. And we just couldn't get in sync. We couldn't get in sync. And again, it wasn't a lack of effort on
it's great. Part. It's great to be able to run the football, but if you run it between the 20s, you're not getting scoring any points.
Exactly, and that's kind of really what it was. And you know, and the thing is, like I say, you know, you watch the film. We watched it with them Monday, and looked at it, and hey, how can we avoid this happening again? Yeah. You know, we came out, like I say, the most licks passed this year, spring to now, out of this group of kids was today. They were fired up. They challenged each other. Iron sharpened iron today in Elba. There is no question about it. And it makes it where when you go home, you know, you feel like, hey, we got better today. Yeah. And we did. We've got this week. It's our last region game. We got to win it. We win it, and everybody else wins. We'll end up in a 3-way tie for first. So we went from driver's seat to a 3-way tie, but we've got to win this week. And our faith.
You win this week, though, you get the first round bye, don't you? Or well, the home field advantage.
Not necessarily, because when you end up in a 3-way, how it works is it goes to the 4th place team. Well, we've all beaten the 4th place team. Then it goes to the 5th place team. Well, we've all beaten the 5th place team. Then it goes to the 6th place team, and that's who we play, you know, this week. So if we beat them, we would have beaten the 6th place team. Then it goes to the 7th team. Well, we've all beaten them too. And so the next tiebreaker is your combined non-region record. How did you do? Well, we lost Pike County 1 point first game of the year. We beat Delville. We beat Sampson. And then our last game will be versus Ock, which is, again, a very good team who's tied for first in their region.
So you've got 2 more games, don't you?
Yeah, we got the one we got to win for, you know, to be tied for first. Then we've got the last non-region. Laverne, you know, they played Highland home, Brantley. Those are 1As. And they got beat by St. Luke's, and then they play Their only up team that they play is, you know, ours are up. You know, that we're played class up is Flomaton last game of the year. So it's in your advantage to play down in this type of scenario. If you get in a tie like this where it's head to head, everybody beat everybody. It's an advantage because the wins, it doesn't matter whether it's 3A or 1A, a win's a win. So where we've played up, you know, other teams may have not.
Yeah.
And but my thing is, you know, I don't care about any of that because where it makes you better, and we know this because we've played for 2 state championships, where it makes you better is in the playoffs, is playing better and playing up. And so our fate, you know, we got to win Friday. You know, we're not overlooking anybody. Trust me. They practice today, not overlooking anybody.
Yeah.
They're not going to. Zion is right up the road, 7 miles or so. And heck, you know, tons of kids in their school live in our city and choose to go to school there. So it's not like there's any love loss at all. And our kids will play them on Friday. And, you know, we really haven't been fired up much all year, but I guarantee they fired up on Friday.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. But we got to get that win.
You know, Coach, something I noticed in the film, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is not as, you're not real big.
Well,
compared to the other teams of the past.
We're probably very similar, you know, very similar in size.
Up front, though, are you as big
yeah,
as you've been?
We're probably similar, very similar, very similar. The big thing is we do have an expanded offense, but it's, you know, we're not going to roll out there, and what I mean is a spread. We can spread out, but it's really not been perfected per se yet, and we've worked on it, you know, each week, and a little more this week than we have in the past to be able to expand you and spread you out and get back into, you know, because that's what's made us successful. It's been able to run double wing and run spread, and we have gotten better at some pieces of the puzzle, and from here on out, people will see it a little bit more. We kind of were maybe sitting back waiting for the playoffs to come. And,
well, and another thing too, you know, as you mentioned earlier, you know, playing weak competition, you sort of play up to your competition a little bit, you know, with weak competition. But another thing about this Elba team, I think defensively, you're definitely playing well enough to win.
Yeah, we're not bad defensively at all. You know, we gave up, like say, 3 runs the other night. I mean, they were on us, you know, not getting lined up right. And we work on doing that a lot. But we've got some good players, but we're finally getting them all back together, playing. And we've still been trying to find that magical, you know, 11. And you know, we're getting a little closer there. And we've developed some depth in some positions, especially on the line up front. And we've kind of really just gotten our package in over the last week or so. Our full package, because we don't blitz, you know, and so we really, again, it's the same thing all year. We've not played 4 full quarters yet of any game. We're not there yet. We're still a work in progress, and all that matters is week 11.
That's right.
That you're a work in that you've brought a bunch of stuff together week 11.
Because it starts the new year.
Exactly, it's a whole new season.
Motivation. You said, you know, you at the first of the year felt like this was a team that could go a long ways in the playoffs. You really like this team. Do you still like the team like you did at the first of the year?
There's no question. Again, our upside is very high, and we have not played our best football yet. Not even close. A lot of the kids, they don't realize how good they could be, and as they start to do it over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah. I noticed Singletary and Johnson both playmakers. They make things happen.
Oh, yeah.
But do you have other playmakers?
Yes. Xavier Ferrant is getting better as we go. He's, you know, his best rushing game was about 193 yards.
He's a big back too, isn't he?
Yeah, they're powerful backs with speed. Number 2, that caught that pass on there, Devorian Wilkerson. He's had games where he scored 2 or 3
he's real
touchdowns.
fast, isn't he?
He's fast. He's a scat guy, and you know, he's a playmaker. Hard to catch in space. And we got some other younger kids that we're kind of cultivating along.
Did y'all throw the ball at all against Luverne?
A couple times. We had that one long pass completion. Not a lot, only when we had to. And that's one thing.
You feel like you need to be more balanced?
Oh, yeah. That would always help.
They play 8 in the box on you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They play man coverage, played everybody in the box. 9 at times.
Yeah.
And,
But
no.
now, if you're balanced and you spread them out a little bit, you can get them out of that, can't you?
Yeah, and we can expand and come back in, contract, and we'll do more of that as the next few weeks, unfold. And but I'm excited about what we're doing.
Yeah, of course, this is looking far ahead, and of course the op game's going to be a big game because y'all don't like each other much. Y'all just about 10 miles away.
Yeah, that's our rival.
It's just amazing the way that highway made that those two towns a lot closer, and of course tradition on both sides, the op and Elba. Those are great traditional schools. So you'll know a lot about yourself after the op game, don't you think?
Well, it's a great game to get us prepared in the playoffs because we would. I mean, who knows where we're going to end up? But you literally could go 2, 3 to 4 rounds and not see anybody as good as them.
Yeah.
Because number one, they have numbers. They're class up. Number two, they have size. And number three, they got speed and athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, they got them, and they're very, very, very well coached.
Yeah.
So
who is coaching them now, Coach?
Coach Hill, and he came from Tennessee. This is, I think, his 3rd year, 4th year.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
He's done a really good 4th year. He's done a really good job. They're a playoff team. They've won their region multiple times, and he's going to have them ready. And they're vying for a chance to win their region this week versus Daleville. And
and that's going to be a tough one there. That's going to be a good one.
Tough one. And so I mean, it prepares us for the playoffs by playing them. Win, lose, or draw. It gets you ready for the playoffs.
Well, I'm sure you told your kids that you got 7 more games.
That's exactly, when we got back to school, or maybe it was Monday, I don't remember.
And that's a lot of games.
Well, that's what we said, the exact thing. There's 7 more ball games we plan to play. Playing 15 games is hard. It's hard on the players. It's hard on the coaches. It is very tough. Everyone can't do it. When the playoffs start, there are 2 teams that go to playoffs, and we explain this every year. There's a team that's happy to be there. There's a team that goes to win, that wants to win. And like I told them the other night, you really need to make up your mind as you sit here in this locker room and figure out if that's what you want to do, because it is hard. It's very hard. It's hard to stay motivated that long. It's hard to stay disciplined that long. It's tough as basketball season starts for others, as other things happen for others, as Thanksgiving happens.
That's the thing about it. You're right. Elba, they take a lot of pride in their basketball.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got a basketball season, especially the playoffs.
Well, it doesn't. We never start till a week or 2 after we're done with football. So it's never going to interfere that way. But it's just things happen. Thanksgiving comes and you're still practicing. We're out of school a week and you're still getting up, having to be there in the morning to practice, and it's cold.
Yeah.
It starts getting cold and nasty out there.
But Coach, they got to look forward to eating, buying the sausage, Coach, at 10 o'clock every morning.
On Fridays, it's coming. It's coming.
Then those Snickers at halftime.
It's coming.
I bet you're the first one to the Snicker bar.
No, actually, I don't, because they give me heartburn.
No, do they really?
Yeah. I tried. I mean,
I've heard of them doing a lot of things, but I've never heard of a Snicker giving you heartburn.
Yeah, and I'll take a bite sometimes, or 1 or 2 bites, but just get my sugar level up. But no, I don't. And they just, especially when I'm amped up, like in a game. I don't.
So you feel like this team's going to get better?
We have gotten better. We just didn't show it the other night, and we just had a bad game. I mean, a lot of factors in it, and we just didn't. We were prepared. There's nothing they did that we didn't prepare for. Not a single thing. I mean, nothing. We knew they were going to crap us. We knew we were going to cut us. We knew they were going to run power read. We knew they were going to run inverted veer. I mean, we knew exactly what they were going to do, and that's what they did.
They tried to take the middle away from you, make you run wide. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. And, they run option football, shotgun option football, and they did a good job. I mean, they were prepared. And,
he's an outstanding offensive coach, isn't he?
And it was their defense. That was the thing. It was their defense. And Rudy, who's another Rudy Free, he's another Elba guy, played at Elba, and was coached at Elba before.
Right. The daddy was a legend.
He does
Rudolph
their defense.
Free.
Yes, he does their defense, and does a heck of a job with it.
Yeah.
And so, but again, we've learned a lot from it. We've moved on, and now it's time to beat Zion on Friday.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, Zion is coached by a very good offensive-minded coach, and when he gets his players, they're gonna be tough.
Yeah, and they've gotten better. They're very well organized. They got them a win the other night, and watching them on film, like I say, they're organized. You know, a little maybe more than last year. Not putting down anybody, just they are.
You play them at their place or yours?
It's at our place. It's at our place. Last 2 games are at our place.
Yeah.
We played first 5 games, 4 of them were on the road for us. So.
But don't you think winning out is going to give you home field advantage in the first round?
We won't know till we get done playing last
exactly.
Friday. And but the big thing is to even have that conversation, we got to win this Friday.
Exactly. And of course, I know you're ready. And of course, this Elba football team, you look at them, they run to the football, and they're about as fast as most any team around. Looks like to me.
We've got some speed. Our kids like to hit, and that's the one thing. You know, you're going to get hit. They take pride in it.
Well, your record, you were ranked number 8 coming into the game.
No, I think we were number 3 coming into the game.
Oh, 3 in class 2A.
We've been 3 for I think a couple weeks or something.
And maybe it was Luverne who was ranked 8th or 9th or whatever. But you'll probably stay in the top 10. But that doesn't matter. What matters is winning these next 2 ball games and getting ready for a big playoff game. Hopefully in Elba.
And in 14, I don't even think we were in the top 10.
What region do y'all play against? Do you know?
Well, if you're first, you'll play the 4th place out of Region 1, which will probably be JU Blackshear, most likely. If
they're more of a basketball school than they are football.
No, they've been really doing good. I know the coach, Wes Sims, he's a good coach. And if you're second, I don't remember. You're still at home, but I don't remember exactly who it was.
But it's that region down there. Some of those teams.
No, I don't.
You don't play so. Arrington or anything.
Well, if you're third, which we could be third. I mean, if you take the 3rd seed, the 3rd spot, you will have to go to Leroy.
Yeah, okay,
Leroy,
that's
which
a tough
is a lot
place.
of tradition. Yeah. And if you win that, most likely you come back home to your house against Arrington.
Who are really playing well right now.
Yeah, they're playing really well. And I watched them on film the other day. They're playing real well. Matter of fact, I watched them. I watched them today. It was, and
well, of course, I know it's been busy, but this is what it's all about. This is when the fun starts.
You doggone right.
And every week here in the playoff, it's a week where a lot of other teams are not in the playoff. They're getting ready for basketball. You want to stay football up into December. Is that right?
I've said all the time. Number 1, we want to win the last game we play. Number 2, we want to be playing at Thanksgiving.
That's right.
We want to be playing at Thanksgiving, and you know how you have to load up on Thanksgiving and go see all your family folks and all this. Well, I want to be at home, and not have to load up and go see everybody.
Exactly.
Not that I don't love them,
yeah.
But that's always the thing. We joke about that, with the kids, and but like I say, we're in pretty good shape injury wise, and we just gotta continue to improve, and we are.
Mm-hmm. Of course, this show is brought to you by our good friends at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram truck on the bypass in Troy. Brand new dealership. Of course, we appreciate them supporting high school football like they do have this year with all these coaches shows. And Coach, again, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Next week against Zion Chapel, and of course we'll be back right again this same station, this same time for the Ed Rigby Show, a review of Elba High School football. Go Tigers!
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable
Sunday nights. This spring, the magic returns.
Get ready for an all-new season of Good Witch.
Noble Manor features a
have been hard to come by, and have been hard to come by, and we're certainly excited about going on the road on a Thursday night, short week, and coming away with a win. Our kids were very excited about that.
Well, I listened to it on the radio. I was heading that way, and the guy that was going to go with me told me he couldn't go right at the last, so I missed out on going to the game. But I did listen to it on the radio, and it scared me a little bit. They came out and played y'all pretty tough for a half.
They did. We had a couple of miscues. We had a blown protection where Noah got hit, and they picked up the.
In fact, a lot of
their number one get some reps at quarter. And if you can make it an environment where the kids want to be there, and they are having
it's football
game against Geneva and Opp.
We are excited about what's happening at Charles Henderson High School. They secured a spot in the playoffs, and of course a big game coming up this weekend against Headland in the stadium at 7 o'clock kickoff. Let's go to the film. Let's watch this big victory.
One of the most consistent bright spots of our season has been our defense, and Javontrez Allen is one of them. We've got three of the best linebackers in the state of Alabama in Jamal Smith, Kendarius Robinson, and Javontrez Allen. And this young man, another junior right here, Chance Pollard, is an aggressive kid when it comes to returning kicks, and we're proud of what he brings to the table. He's a two-way guy.
That's why I would say he's one of the few two-way players on the team.
Yeah, well, him and Jamal Smith, and here you got Jared Wilson running the football hard, and DQ Tony right there, number one, gets some reps at quarterback.